Hello and welcome back to me doing another Spelunky Daily challenge, which I don't think anyone's actually done today yet. Let's just have a look at the nothing for today and nothing for yesterday. So that's interesting. That it's not interesting, but it's a shame. But the chances of me coming top are higher. I haven't done one of these in a while, and I'm sorry about that. The reason for that is that I haven't done one. I meant to actually do this yesterday because it's crossed over midnight. But there was a thing with a tomato plant and then I didn't, so sorry about that. Again, I don't know why that happened. Today's topic is a guy who I think is extremely neat and really interesting. But first, well, you can see it from the title, but first, I said I wasn't sure if I had a theme for... I think, oh no, there's a, oh no, wait, that, none of that was supposed to happen, none of that. Let's put you to one side and see if there's a way I can whip the bat without setting off the bomb. The theme for these videos wasn't that defined. The last 10 were people who were a big influence on me in some way or another. I'm just going to get out of there and not do any of that. I've decided this theme for like this next 10 is going to be ideas and inspirations, which is kind of a lazy thing to say because actually it's massively open to interpretation, which kind of helps me, but I'll try and do something good with it. You know, I'll try and actually not just be lazy about that theme and properly dig into it if I can. The last one I did, as you might know, was Thomas Jefferson, who had all sorts of political ideas and I suppose was an inspiration to me for a while until I found out more about him and became sort of, I suppose, less inspired by him, but still very interested in him. So this time round I've picked someone who I'm a bit more sort of still excited by, which is a guy called Armando Iannucci, who is mainly a writer and a producer, although that's not sort of the limit of everything that he is. He's kind of a broadcaster, I guess, and occasionally an actor, and maybe occasionally a presenter. I'm happy with that. We'll get out of here. That's good. I've got 6 bombs and a dog. Armando Iannucci isn't really a household name. And it's quite possible that you haven't heard of him, and that's fine. It's kind of a shame. But you've probably heard of something that he's done or something that he's involved with, because he's done so much writing and producing on really interesting things. And I happen to think he's very good at what he does, and he's kind of a comedy influence on me in some ways, or just not even in a comedy way, just in a what he does and how he does it kind of way, if that makes any sense. He's, where shall I start? He's originally from Glasgow, and as you can probably guess by his name, his family is Italian. Glasgow and Edinburgh and bits of Scotland generally have a fairly big Italian community, and I think, was it after the war or after the war, there was quite a lot of immigration from Italy. So he's, I suppose, Italian Scots, but for a long time I never thought of him as Italian, which is kind of weird because the name is a bit of a giveaway, but I'm not as clever as some people seem to think I am. Armando has been involved with a lot of, I'd say, big comedy shows or comedy shows of different sizes. Probably the most famous thing he's worked sort of with and behind is Alan Partridge. There was recently an Alan Partridge film. And he's worked with Steve Coogan in all sorts of sort of Alan Partridge iterations, doing writing and producing for that. You might well know the really influential and very good... can I blow my way through there? Yeah. I mean, I need this stuff. I always need this stuff. That's why I do this. Always need the stuff. Although I might have just stuck myself into a hole now. Yeah, I might have done that. It's fine, he'll run out in the end. Yeah, we're fine. We're all fine here. Be nice if he wanted to actually come over there to where the spikes are, but we'll see. And now I need to use a rope to get back up there, and now there's a ghost. So normal Spelunky, really. Yes, he was a big part of what made the day-to-day happen. Oops, that was close. The day-to-day came out in something like 1994, and it was a media news satire, a sort of a fake TV show where all the news was turned up to 11, where the graphics are just ridiculous news graphics, and the presenter is an overblown version of the British news guy Jeremy Paxman, and everything is very serious, and the emphasis is very much on news and let's get facts, as if facts are sort of something religious, some kind of religious thing that you grab. Some, what's the word I'm looking for? Like artifacts or relics or something. Forgot what the button was for bombs. Button for bombs, that's the button for bombs. And for a lot of people of my generation, the day-to-day was a little bit amazing. When I first saw it, I wasn't entirely sure if it was real, because the presentation of it was extremely similar to a lot of stuff on BBC News and Newsnight. Oh, that was interesting, and fortunately could have gone a lot worse for me. Armando Iannucci appears in it at one point, but mostly, as I say, he was writing and producing for it instead. Need to find the key, because there's a key. I think I'd be in big trouble without the climbing gloves, but it's okay, I've got them. We're fine. And there's also probably a show that's not so well remembered that he was involved with at the time, called the Friday Night Armistice, and then there was also the Saturday Night Armistice, and they were similar, and they have a lot of the same people were involved, or some of the same people, and they have a lot of the same ideas and influences behind them, which is ridiculous, overblown news or satirical commentary on. That didn't work out quite the way that I thought it would, because I thought that guy would come back. I'm just dropping bombs now into the middle of nowhere. Oh dear. And then there was, so I mean that was good, and he's certainly since then done another satirical show, which was Time Trumpet, a lot more recently, which was a mockery of those shows that do retrospectives of, you know, like the 90s or the 80s or whatever. A Talking Heads retrospective mockery. It's a mixed bag. Some of his stuff is kind of a mixed bag. Some of it is extremely funny. Some of it is not so much funny as just quite coy observations about how people behave. He did his own series in 2001, which was almost sort of forgotten in the mists of time, and I still think it's amazing. Which is a sort of a mix of humour and existentialism and weird editing of scenes and reflections on life, which I think are just brilliant. But not all of it is necessarily very funny. Some of it's a bit kind of harsh and cutting, but I think it's supposed to be. And I get the feeling he's that kind of person. He mixes a lot of humour with actual quite painful commentary on the world or on the media, and some of the satire is actually probably quite deliberately not that nice. There's a lot more I could tell you about him. He was thinking of being a Catholic priest, and then he was going to do a thesis on Milton and Paradise Lost, but didn't. But we're out of time because I was confused and there was a gun, and there's a number of things I could have done now, but I'm full of regret. I've already got my next topic lined up. If there's a particular topic that you're interested in me covering, you could suggest it, and if I know about it, I'll try. Thing is, I'm running out of stuff that I know about, and I don't know very much. But so actually it's probably not a good idea, because you suggest something, I just won't know it. Police are outside. if you can hear those sirens, so I'd better run. Next time I'm going to try and do something about entitlement and rights, so it's not a person, it's a thing. But there we go. I've got to go. The police, oh no, bye.